In a small town in Missouri, nestled quietly in the heartland of America, lived a girl named Gypsy Rose Blanchard. From the outside, her life looked like a tragic but inspiring story. She was confined to a wheelchair, battling leukemia, muscular dystrophy, and countless other ailments. Her mother, Dee Blanchard, stood by her side through every hardship. The town admired their bond. The community rallied around them, raising money, building them a home, offering prayers. But behind this picture-perfect tragedy lay a disturbing secret that would eventually end in murder. Dee Blanchard was a single mother. After moving from Louisiana, she settled with Gypsy in Springfield, Missouri. Everywhere she went, she presented Gypsy as a terminally ill child. Her daughter could not walk, could barely eat, and required constant care. They received free housing from Habitat for Humanity. They went to Disney World on charitable donations. Celebrities sent gifts. People cried when they heard their story, but the entire narrative was a lie. Crafted carefully by Dee. Gypsy was not sick. She could walk. She had no cancer. Most of her medical conditions were either made up or induced by Dee for years. Gypsy was forced to use a wheelchair, given medications she did not need, and taken to countless doctors who, under deep manipulation, performed surgeries and prescribed treatments. The term for this form of abuse is Munchausen syndrome by proxy, where a caregiver fabricates or causes illness in someone under their care to gain attention or sympathy. Gypsy's life was not her own. She was homeschooled to prevent her from discovering the truth. Her mother controlled every aspect of her life, her food, her clothes, her interactions. She was not allowed to use the internet without supervision. Her real age was hidden from her. Dee had even altered documents to make Gypsy seem younger. Gypsy believed for a long time that she was truly sick, but as she grew older, she began to question the lies. Secretly, Gypsy started using the internet at night. She discovered the truth about her health. She watched videos of herself walking, videos her mother had erased from memory. She began to crave freedom. In an online forum for Christian singles, she met a man named Nicholas Gypsy. Their conversations soon turned romantic. Nicholas had his own mental and emotional issues, including autism and a troubled past, but Gypsy saw him as her escape. Their bond deepened, and together they plotted a way out, one that involved murder. On the night of June 14, 2015, Nicholas traveled from Wisconsin to Springfield. Gypsy waited inside the house while Nicholas entered with a knife. Dee was asleep. Nicholas went to her room and stabbed her multiple times. The act was brutal, the violence swift. Gypsy hid in the bathroom, covering her ears. When it was over, she and Nicholas packed some belongings, took money, and fled. They mailed the murder weapon to Nicholas's house to avoid detection. The next day, a chilling Facebook post appeared on Dee's account. It read, "That be asterisk 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 is dead." People were shocked. Concerned neighbors called the police. When they arrived, they found Dee's lifeless body. Gypsy was missing, fearing she had been kidnapped. Authorities launched a nationwide search. Within days, police tracked the couple to Wisconsin. When Gypsy was found, she was not the frail, dying girl everyone believed her to be. She walked on her own. She spoke with clarity. The truth unraveled quickly. At first, people were horrified by the murder, but as the depth of Dee's deception came to light, public opinion shifted. Many began to see Gypsy not as a murderer, but as a victim. Gypsy confessed everything. She told investigators about the years of abuse, the lies, the manipulation. She expressed remorse, not for her mother's death, but for the way it happened. She had felt trapped, like a prisoner in her own body. Her desire for freedom, for a life of her own choosing, had pushed her to extremes. Nicholas Gypsy was charged with first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. Gypsy took a plea deal and was sentenced to 10 years for second-degree murder. She served 8 and was released in 2023. Her release sparked renewed interest in the case. Documentaries, interviews, and dramatizations followed. People debated her guilt, her trauma, and the twisted bond between mother and daughter. The story of Gypsy Rose Blanchard is one of the most bizarre and heartbreaking true crime cases in recent American history. It blurs the line between victim and villain. It raises haunting questions about control, deception, and the desperate measures people take to escape a life of lies. Some say Gypsy should have sought help instead of turning to murder. Others argue she had no choice. The justice system struggled with the same questions. Was this self-defense, psychological manipulation, or premeditated murder? There are no easy answers. What remains clear is this: Gypsy was a prisoner in plain sight. Her cries for help were never heard because they were never spoken. She was silenced by love, by control, and by the image her mother built. When she finally broke free, the cost was blood. Today, Gypsy tries to build a new life. She speaks about her story with a mix of pain and reflection. She does not celebrate her freedom, nor does she glorify the path she took, but she wants people to understand the horror she lived through, not to excuse her actions, but to give voice to the silenced. In the end, The Gypsy Rose Blanchard case is not just about murder. It is about a young woman who lost her childhood, her identity, and her voice. It is about a mother who loved through control and destroyed through care. And it is about the darkest places love can go when twisted by fear and obsession. The house where they lived still stands, a silent witness to the unspeakable. The neighbors still remember the pink-painted walls, the wheelchair ramps, the laughter that hid secrets, and the internet still searches for answers. Who was Gypsy, really? Was she a villain, a victim, or a survivor? Perhaps she was all three. This is the story of a life stolen, a lie believed, and a freedom won at the highest cost. This is the story of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. If you found this true yet unbelievable story fascinating, then don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Strange Teller for more shocking truths. Because here truth is always stranger than fiction.